Hi, welcome everyone to Let's Play Rule the Waves 1. I am your host, CodRaven1728, and today we will be beginning a German campaign in Rule the Waves 1. Now, I say Rule the Waves 1 because Rule the Waves 2 has been announced to release sometime in the next 4 months, which would take between 1900 and 1950. We're going to start with this, because, well, it's what I have available right now. It simulates the naval arms race and naval battles of 1900 to 1925. The official game ends in 1925, however, we continue playing to 1950, although the tech works a little bit differently. As I said before, we'll be playing as Germany. Each nation has different traits and other perks, sometimes advantages or disadvantages. You can also have custom nations, for example, 2 flavors of the Confederate States of America and 2 flavors of Spain. You can even make a fantasy nation, if you will. You can make, pretty much if you want to establish, I don't know, someone who uses Iceland as a territory in some unique form of government. Probably not Iceland. Probably Finland would be easier to use. One of the existing territories, or somewhere in the Pacific, let's say. And you can give them their own unique traits. So, as Germany, our leader type is Kaiser. That'll influence a handful of events. Government type is limited democracy. Again, that influences what events we get, and certain limited democracy has certain advantages and disadvantages. All forms of government do. For example, Japan has a prime minister and is an Eastern government type. Build area represents where vessels they construct are located. Game naval budget and historical naval budget. These are 2 things we'll look into later. Effectively, there's one of 2 options I can set to how much budget everyone has. For example, if I look at the United Kingdom gets the same no matter what. So basically, it's to help equalize all of the budgets. Germany's unique traits include cautious, technological leader, bombastic head of state. Is 3. Some nations have disadvantages as well, like the UK. Hidden flaws. Oil is another factor. Do you start with oil at the start of the game? I don't think anyone does. It's a trait there you could have for a custom nation. Now Japan is interesting. The first time I ever played this game I played as Japan. Japan has 2 traits, a negative and one very positive. Underdeveloped shipbuilding industry is one that'll get fixed later in the game as you build vessels. You just have to build stuff in order to fix this. However, you may have inefficient designs, like you may get a negative event when a ship class is constructed. And surprise attack, which in my opinion is the best ability in the entire game, and we'll probably get to be on the business end of it. Effectively, surprise attack means that Japan can ambush an enemy in port on the turn they declare war. It's an 80% trigger chance. In practice, what it means is that anyone where Japan has vessels where the surprise attack happens, you're going to lose all your boats there, or most of them. Coastal gun battery seems to be your only real protection during those events. Or if Japan simply just doesn't attack you during the surprise event battle. Austria-Hungary has a Kaiser as well. They are in the Mediterranean, however. Their main build area is in the Mediterranean. They are cautious, and they also have research traits. Austria has research advantage torpedo technology and bonus tech for triple turrets. Research advantage means that they have an advantage in researching one of the specific research fields, or in this case, a certain branch of it. Research advantage in torpedo technology gives them a bonus toward torpedo tech, which is under light forces and torpedo warfare, and bonus tech to triple turrets, which is one tech in particular, one specific tech in the game. Germany has the most research advantages, with research advantage in armor development, subdivision and damage control, and armor-piercing projectiles. They also have the bonus tech for cross-deck fire. Bonus tech typically also means that you get the tech earlier than most people do. And then these are the naval guns that everyone starts with, that each nation starts with at the beginning of the game. Germany only has 11-inch guns. Britain has up to 13-inch guns. France has 13-inch guns, but they're of lower quality. I'll get into what quality is later, gun quality, but keep in mind, these 13-inch guns that Britain and France get at the start of the game are -2 quality. Their 12-inch guns, I think, are only -1 quality, and they may be quality 0. As Germany, we start with negative quality -1 11-inch guns and quality 0 10-inch guns. Quality 1 is the best you can have at that gun tech. I believe Germany starts with quality 1 3-inch guns, which is almost useful. Typically, I don't like building 3-inch guns, as 3-inch guns never have penetration. If they had started with quality 1 4-inch guns, I would have considered that better. However, 3-inch guns are great for starting deck fires, don't get me wrong. They have their uses. So, have we gone over... We won't go over all of them. Russia here... Oh yeah, dock size as well. This is their starting dock size. Russia has 12-inch guns. This is the standard gun loadout. You would start with quality -1 12-inch guns. I think all the rest of these would be normally quality 0. Russia has a bonus tech in active mine warfare. Russia has a unique leader in the Tsar? Is that how you pronounce that? I don't remember. They have... That is their government type. I don't remember how to pronounce that. They're building areas in Northern Europe. All 4 of these have a building area in Northern Europe. Italy starts in... Italy and Austria-Hungary start in the Mediterranean. America starts on the North American East Coast, and Japan starts in Northeast Asia. Inconsistent naval policy and poor education. Well, poor education, I believe, is the opposite to technological leader. They research slower. An inconsistent naval policy means that, well, I played Italy. And it basically means the minister, or the naval secretary, or the prime minister in Italy's case, will come up and say, I want you to build things. And it'll be completely random what he's asking for. He'll decide submarines are a good idea one minute and decide against them the next. Well, we'll be playing as Germany. At the bottom right, you may have seen these shuffle around. These are available opponents. Note, Austria-Hungary is not available as an opponent. That basically means their boats aren't active. You'll still see them on the map, though. We just won't be able to interact with them. So, the nations we will be able to interact with are America, Japan, Russia, Italy, France, and the UK. Go ahead and get started. I don't have a German name to use. So, if I can spell my own name right. There. We'll do that. We'll stick to very large fleet size, historical resources. I'm actually going to leave manual build of the legacy fleet off. And I've seen mixed opinions on this, but basically we are the head of the Admiralty, whatever that equivalent is in our country. So, what I like to view not building the manual, not building the legacy fleet, is we're taking over of what's already there. Now, granted, if you want to play this game more effectively, build the legacy fleet. You'll want to trust me on this. The AI can't design very well. Our research rate we'll leave at 100. Yeah, we'll overwrite. This is my earlier attempt at recording Germany. I have that save backed up. We may revisit it later. And that's my only game that is actually finished up here. I had another Italian playthrough, but I overwrote it for this German playthrough. Alright, with all that, let's actually get started. Yes. I'm not sure how much time has passed. Okay. Here is the game menu, and this is what we started with. We don't actually have that many vessels. Let's start by opening the Almanac. Actually, first things first. Save the game. Almanac. So, Britain starts with a whopping 16 battleships. Don't get too overly scared by this. Britain has a huge empire. Let's actually start on the map screen. Welcome to the world in the year 1900. The month is January. So, as Germany, we have a holding in China. We have holdings all over the Pacific, and this is probably where we'll be fighting some of our battles, especially if we fight Japan. We have some holdings in Africa that I honestly don't care about, unless oil is discovered over there. And we have where most of our fleet will be spending its time. Northern Europe. Now, this is our home province in Germany. This is Eastern Prussia. This can actually get invaded and taken from us, I'm pretty sure. Any of these provinces actually can be taken from us. Except for our home province, which is Germany. Like, we can't take the United Kingdom. We can't take Western France. Yeah, home area. It's not even up for debate. Southern France is immune as well. Is this immune? No, Ireland is not. Now, you see these areas that have a like a gray flag? These are unclaimed territories. These are basically independent nations. What can happen is there'll be some events where people will colonize these. And honestly, I like it, even if I'm not the one who colonizes it. I want someone to colonize it so it can come up as a prize. So let's say, because you'll get events like America will send an expedition to North Korea to gain it as a colony. Is it historical? Probably not. But it can happen. I've seen it happen. And what that means is if we beat America in a war, North Korea, which has a value of 5, could come up as as part of the peace deal. And that would function as a naval base, another naval base for us in Northeast Asia. Now, one thing we may want to look into is getting one of these bases in the South Pacific, specifically New Zealand or Fiji. Off the UK is one thing I'm looking at. Another one, way over here, the Falkland Islands. This will eventually have oil on it. This will eventually have oil. So we may want... There's a lot of... Basically, the UK is a big pinata if you can manage to break it. The UK, though, is big and scary, and its fleets are all over the place. As you can see, Britain has a battleship over here. They have some boats over here. I have a heavy cruiser over here, an armored cruiser. I'm going to call them heavy cruisers, because that's what I'm used to seeing CA as. Right, let's have a look at our boats. The A means cramped accommodations, I think. Let's open the design. We'll spend some time in this menu, by the way. This is the Brandenburg class. It was constructed in our local dockyard. It weighs 13,400 tons, a speed of 18 knots. It is cramped accommodation, which isn't great. It has 9.5-inch armored belt, which means we actually have protection against our own vessel quite easily. Only 4.8 inches of penetration. If we were to upgun this to an 11-inch gun, quality -1, we would actually have 5.8 inches of penetration. So even quality -1, the 11-inch guns are probably better. I feel like there's a gap between 10 and 11-inch. There's a rather large gap between 10 and 11. Even though, typically, I am in favor of 10-inch guns. I like 10-inch guns. I like 10 and 11. Let's see, with 80 rounds per gun. Yeah, so the game is complaining it has cramped accommodations. Yeah. Not sure we'll be keeping these around. It's got good belt armor, belt extended. I don't even know if I can change that in a rebuild. If I open it for rebuild, can I? No, I can't change the accommodation. And these are a different class of battleship. Let's open these. Okay, these have 11-inch guns. They're also cramped and short range. They have 10-inch armor, though. 10-inch armor, 18 6-inch guns, 14 3-inch guns. So, okay, here's the difference between secondary guns and tertiary guns. Secondary guns use the secondary armor, and as far as I'm aware, tertiary guns are never armored. Got a good amount of torpedoes here, though. Short range, 11-inch guns, two 11-inch guns. And then Brandenburg, 18. Not the worst I've seen. Let's look at our heavy cruisers. Okay, 8-inch guns. I like 8-inch guns. Typically, I like 5, 6, 8-inch guns for my setups. That's what you'll typically see. So the game will complain to me actually that I'm using 8-inch guns, so I take a rate of fire reduction by 10%. The boat is actually slightly overweight, which is a problem, because the game will allow you to build this, but you'll suffer a flotation penalty. What that means in practice is your boats are easier to sink. We have 90 rounds per gun. What else? We have 8 6-inch guns and 8 3-inch guns, all in casemates. Casemates I don't like as much because they get affected by heavy seas. You can't use them in heavy seas. It's got the torpedo alignment that I like, the forward and the aft launchers. 1.5-inch deck, though, that's not great. You need at least 2 inches of armor to prevent splinters from penetrating you. So typically what you'll see is I'll have a 2-inch armored deck. Even though you don't necessarily need it, is to prevent splinters from hitting the upper deck. We have 4.4 inches of penetration with our 8-inch guns, though, a maximum range of 10,000 yards. These aren't bad. These I'll find more use out of than those battleships. Now, these are my bread and butter. Light cruisers. Light cruisers and destroyers are typically the mainstay of my fleets. Let's have a look at this one. I'm excited to see this one. Okay, this is a long-ranged... Okay. This is a raiding cruiser. 2-inch belt. It's smaller than I normally build my light cruisers. But this I can use. 21 knot speed. This is a raiding cruiser, not a fleet battle cruiser. 2 6-inch guns, which have 2.7 inches of penetration at 5,000 yards. 6 4-inch guns. Okay, and these aren't bad. Now we have another class. This class right here. This one is just slightly different. Oh, okay, it's a 5-inch gun carrier. This is a destroyer killer. Okay, this is a fleet support destroyer killer. This is meant for hunting down enemy destroyers. Okay. Okay, I can respect that. Typically, my destroyer killers are a little bit bigger, but I typically like quality over quantity. Alright, we have... what, 8 destroyers? Yeah. 8 destroyers, all of the same class. Cramped accommodations. 2 3-inch guns, 4 2-inch guns, and 2 centerline torpedoes. Yeah, this is about what you would expect from an AI-designed 500-ton destroyer. Okay, and then we've got a new destroyer class. We're building a battleship. Yeah, we'll go ahead and finish building that. This is a new heavy cruiser. What am I looking at? Is this seriously a 6-inch armed? Hold on. 14 6-inch guns? What am I looking at? I think it's bugged. It should have at least one gun in the turret. It's the only one of its class. The game says it's legal. I don't know how. So those are in double turrets, and then in single turrets. Oh no, you don't have these. You have like this? Oh. Right, you can't have that. Is that what I understand this as? So you can have these in casemates, you say? So what if you had your set like this? Is this what it wants, as I understand it? Something like this? How heavy would that be? 1,000 tons to increase it to 8-inch guns? Yeah, we're gonna scrap that. Oh, and of course, it got rid of all my turrets. Right, so we had these two in doubles. And we had all of these in single turrets. Right, this is what you had. Yeah, so we're gonna spend some money and overwrite this boat, but I don't want the game to bug. Yep, I'm aware that it puts us straight into negative money, and it's gonna take an age to actually build it. But I want a actual... Okay, this we've already seen. Well, our new destroyer. It's just like the same destroyer, but it's a knot slower. Because it's not cramped accommodations. It's effectively the same boat, though. Right. Research. First off, we're going to pour 10% of the budget into research. Our priorities lie in... So, as of right now, I'm spending all of my money, my research money, into everything equally. So I'm going to give some things to higher priority. Ship design. AP projectiles. Armor. Stay at medium. Subdivision damage control. Fire control. Turrets and gun mountings. Light forces and torpedo warfare. So, you know, I've split basically half and half. High and medium. I intend to keep it that way. Hull construction and machinery will leave as is. So we're going to take our first turn. It's February. We're going to halt this. Halt this. Oh, the game's going to make me have the money. Yay! Oh, that is a one-time increase. It's a lump sum that got added to our budget. So that wasn't a budget increase. Resume. Resume. Private shipbuilding is expanding. Max dockside is increased. I'm going to put low intel efforts on everyone just so I can get some intel going. Oh. So this is a positive event. Our destroyer S-13 has been commissioned into the Navy. During trials, it found that the ship easily surpassed her design speed. On a minor nation, we're going to demand they release the boat. Destroyer S-13. So it's the G11 class. So what that means is that it's a knot faster. So its designed was 27 knots. However, it actually goes 28 knots, so it's just better than these V1s. Any 500-ton destroyers we build from here on will be the G11 class because it's the same boat but better. Alright, so this is the intelligence thing. We managed to get an Italian ship. So this is what it looks like. 4 12-inch guns, 14 6-inch guns, 12 3-inch guns, 4 torpedo tubes, central range fund, your 7.5-inch on the belt, 2 on the deck, 8 on the turrets, 15,000 tons, 19 knots. It's better than ours. And we're going to spend the first part of this game just building up. British scientists have had trouble mastering the principles of hydraulic recoil. USA is building some new vessels, a light cruiser, a new light cruiser class, and a new battleship. More private docks, or more dock size improvement. Yeah, don't want to fight Britain right at the start of the game. That's a bad idea. Especially because I didn't build the Legacy fleet. If I built the Legacy fleet myself, we would be okay. Basically, I'm just waiting for some tech to come in. Sure, I'll eat the prestige. Alright, we got our first tech breakthrough. It's a fire control breakthrough. So we got a... my dyslexia is hurting my ability to read that. We got a rangefinder. Basically means our shooting will get better. As you can see... Oh. Wow, that was quick. Tensions are low. So they say. So they say. What is it? 6? If we hit 10, I think we go to war. It may not be 10. Alright, we got an armor development breakthrough. Hydraulic recoil. You notice the British were having problems. Alright, crew quality suffers from cramped accommodations in foreign waters. Where is that located? Oh, it's in Northeast Asia. It's still fair. New docks are built. I can't take a prestige hit again. Oh, apparently it was a French boat. I wasn't paying attention. Ah, okay. We're close to destroyers up to 600 ton displacement. Heavy secondary batteries, so now we can build secondary guns heavier than 7 inches in casemates or single turrets. Now have destroyers up to 600 tons. We're really waiting for a gun breakthrough. Pressure hull for submarines, that's one other thing we're waiting for. Waiting for early coastal submarines. Okay. There are indications that unknown nation has stolen tech for us, so someone rolled the tech to did the espionage roll to steal from us. However, we did not get any indication as to who. We did not roll, and that went back down from good to fair. Boom times. I want railroads. I think what that means is that any one of our boats that are outside of our home waters will only have fair quality instead of good. Improved surface condenser, so we have a weight saving on machinery. Improved hydrostatic valve, that's a torpedo technology. Press in Italy is complaining that their navy has too few cruisers. So that is part of the, I think it's the erratic naval policy. Hydrostatic valve, so our torpedoes are a little bit better. 800 yards at 25 knots and 2,000 yards at 15 knots. These will get much better. They're still complaining about the cruisers. Japanese 5-inch guns are better. Do we have... Oh yeah, we start with -1 quality 5-inch guns, don't we? Yeah, I want to get that fixed. Also, I have a lot of money. I should be doing something with that money. Like accelerating you. Because it's spending my money. I'm also waiting for... The Kaiser is asking if you can guarantee victory against France. I want to look at the almanac. France has 7 battleships. What do we know about them? They're better than ours. Their light cruiser force is actually similar to what I would build. Wait, are those 7-inch guns? Yes. Okay. Yeah, so we're in trouble, actually, if we fight France. We need additional funding. Double bottom. Okay, I'm under 20 prestige, so I could be in a danger. Okay, that's what I'm looking for. Oh, completely baffled. That's unlucky. I wanted a bonus to early coastal submarine. I'm waiting for 12-inch guns, basically. We'll have the new docks. We're swimming in money. Absolutely swimming in money. If we get to 100 million and I don't have new guns, I'll just build something. Six-foot rangefinder. Now you could say I could go into this and make guns my only priority, but there's some other stuff I'm waiting for. Like early coastal submarine. Someone has already stolen tech from us. Now these early coastal submarines are gonna suck, but I want 8 of them right now. Actually, let's get 10. Build 10 of them right now. I can't really. My prestige is going down, and I'm risking losing the game. Ah. So we just lost a bunch of our money. View the almanac. What are our odds of beating Russia in a fight? It's probably better than France. Okay, I need some. I'm gonna say Russia. Medium wing turrets. Enables secondary wing double turrets up to 10 inches in caliber, so I can actually build a semi-dreadnought right now. So if I go into boat design, I go into battleship, and I tell it to build me... What is that abomination? What if I go into battle cruiser and tell it to build me one? Not quite what I'm looking for either. Dreadnought. Can we build a dreadnought right now? Not really. Alright, build me a light cruiser. What is this? Try again. Okay. We need it 5,500 tons. Clear those turrets. We want the forward, the aft. Oh wait, hold on. 6 inches. We don't have quality 1.7. No, we don't. Alright. Forward. Aft. Starboard. We want these midship wings. Central rangefinder. Sure. If you want them, go for it. Clear those torp mountings. We want lots of torps. We need 2-inch on the deck. How much is 3.5 pushing it? What if we did this? Can't quite... What if I took away the secondaries? I could if I did that. That would be quite beefy. A 3.5-inch light cruiser with a 2-inch belt extended for... Yeah, this... What if I just made it 7,000 tons? I'd have to drop this down to 3, wouldn't I? Or 22 knots. Yeah. A 7,000 ton light cruiser this early in the game. Not my typical scene, actually. So, our strategy... Can I get... No, I can't quite get deck extended. What if I strip the secondaries? Can I get... Oh, right. I can't have more... I forgot about that. I can't have more... If I have 3.5 inch on the belt, I get ID'd as a CA. I forgot about that rule. So absolutely, I can have 2 inches on the deck extended. With having the secondary, they're quality 1 3-inch guns. It'd just be extra guns firing. 2 per side. Is that really worth it? I'd much rather have the survivability. How heavy is my conning tower? It's not that heavy at all. If I were to add these... No, I don't get a penalty for 3-inch turrets. If I went down to 21 knots... That's about as slow as I want to be. I don't want to be any slower than that. They weigh 24 tons each. Yeah, let's go without the secondaries. It's a 6-inch armed light cruiser. Check design, all okay. I don't remember if this 3 inches of penetration will beat 3 inches straight up, or if it has to have more in the games. Eyes. This is a 6,000 ton light cruiser. Typically I make mine 5,500 tons, but this I liked. So yeah, we're gonna build the first one. We're gonna build a few more of these. I'm gonna build probably 4 to start with. Oh yeah, I want to go over preferences. I was playing around in captain's mode. I like captain's mode. I don't like microing all of my boats, though. I also want the compass on. We'll see. As we get into battle, we'll play with the different modes. The only reason I really like captain's mode is I can manually fire torpedoes. That's about... That's really about it. Okay. Continuing on. %weight saving. Italy. Ship design tech. Italy has 13-inch guns. Oh, yes. I want the tension down. So I got tension down. I don't think I lost my budget. Active mine warfare. Oh no, I did lose my budget. Well no, it's because I'm building another cruiser. We're actually going to lay down 2 more. The Berlin. The Liebrecht. Japan has done espionage against Great Britain. New docks are built. Tension down, please. Not until I'm ready. We're just going to keep building docks because I need to throw away money. Japan now has 11-inch guns. Oh yeah, Japan only starts with 10-inch guns, I think. One thing I could have done is I could have actually built... I could build ships in foreign dock. However, I need to lower tensions first. They want to buy tech? Improve revenue. Well, sure. They're probably going to try to steal it from me anyway. Alright. The Reno, this is their light cruiser. I will squish this thing. This thing is exactly the type of thing my light cruisers are built to destroy. These things right here. Now, we're only 22 knots instead of 23. I'm hoping we get an event that gives us the +1 knot in design speed, because if we get that, we'll be golden. Then we'll be faster than they are, and then, well... Oh... I'm just trying to avoid a world war at this point. I need a spy from Russia. Really, just discreetly, please. Periscope. Now, I believe... Okay, good. That would still apply to the improved reliability of these submarines. Alright, we've commissioned the early coastal submarine U-1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I forgot how to count in Germany. Forgot how to count in German, I should say. In Haiti. So this is the event. No effect. You can have Haiti. Sometimes there'll be events where we'll get the possibility of having an expedition. Active mine warfare. So France just took that colony. He doesn't have any boats over there, though. It's interesting that the game gave it to him. Cornwall. This is an interesting design. That's with the wing turrets. That's a heavy cruiser with the wing turrets. I'm going to go ahead and end this first episode here. Next time on Let's Play Rule the Waves, we'll get these light cruisers built, and we'll probably have our first war. I'll see you then.